please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. I had a whole video line. Actually, I had a video uploaded, ready to go today, you know, because today I'm basically going to stop work pretty early. It's a fast day today here in Orthodox Judaism. We don't eat from dawn to dusk, from about 5 in the morning till about 8:10 at night. And, you know, I just get a bit doolally. And this morning, I could have really used a coffee. I think I really used coffee. So I don't know how much steam I have in me, right? I really don't. However, there's a lot of Doctor Who news stories going on. There really are. I just did a news video, I think, Friday? Recently. It was very recently. So I got a whole bunch of new Doctor... Well, there's one repeated story. The trouble with having a YouTube channel, and is the same advantage of it, is that you get to turn around on a dime and you can put out content, you know, like that. You know, just as soon as something happens, you can... then put out your commentary on it. And, you know, I know you do hang on my commentary with, you know, on the edge of your seats. Yeah, but you can do that. However, I do forget that it takes the normally media a few more days to get to it, if it's indeed important. And it's always interesting, the things they do deem are important, they do comment on. So we're going to revisit a story we did a couple of days ago, which is really blown up, right? Really blown up, and there's just a whole bunch of stuff that we really need to go over. So the video got uploaded today. That's going on. That'll probably be tomorrow. And then I had another one I was going to record today. I had a really good one lined up I was going to record today. I don't know. I'm going to push that off till later in the week probably. But as I said, I just want to get this out. I want to get this out so before I collapse. Before we get into it, like, share, subscribe, comment, Substack. All those things are, oh, you guessed it. Oh, you guessed it correctly. Fandabby, double dozy. Double dozy if for the liking, the sharing, and subscribing. Oh, YouTube was so nice to me for a few days. They you know, you can always tell when they take the throttling off your channel. Why? Because it just grows naturally, right? It's really, and then they go, oh, sorry, yeah, we can't have that. they take them off again. It's just really. I want to live in a world with a level playing field. That would just be nice, wouldn't it? Right, where all ideas get the same legitimacy. That'll be really lovely. But no, that's not the world we live in. That's not 2022. Maybe 2023 will be that year. Who knows? Or dare say. So like, share, subscribe, comment, and I really have to ask for your help. So if you haven't done any of those things, please do. Please do. It really very much helps me. Like, share, subscribe, comment, sign up my Substack, sign up my paid Substack, where I put out my comic books on. Do I have one in front of me? No. Oh, yes, I did. Yeah, I'm putting out. I put out an issue last week. I'm going to put out another issue this week, maybe 2. Biblical Bible stories, atheists, traitors, rationalists, and rogues. So what else do I have here as well? I got this. I'm going to be putting on my paid Substack as well. The Imperium. I wrote this up. It was by the incredible Dominic Ratcho. We love a bit of Dominic Ratcho. Yeah, all for the cheap price, $5 a month. Really, it's just a reason for you to just throw me money. Really, we're going to be brutally frank, that's what it's about. If you're not in the position or don't feel up for doing that, I can't blame you, mate. Can't blame you. I'm just glad that you're here. And I really, you know, all that stuff is true, right? All that stuff is really genuine. So thank you very much for showing up, for the like, share, subscribe. If you hate what I have to say, right? If you really hate, like Russell D. Davis is probably going to hate a lot of things I have to say. He probably hates a lot of my worldview, which is my first story, right? Yeah, if you're of that worldview, man, don't be like that. We're all pretty much the same, you know. It really, except on some rare and very obvious occasions, most people are not the monsters that they are made out to be, and making people out to be monsters probably is a bad idea. However, the people who really are monsters are never made out to be monsters, which is always a bit strange. It's, you know, power always goes hand in hand with hiding anybody from true accountability. Or at the same time, power always is directed against people who speak truth to power. It really is true. It's like, you know, it's a basic constant truism in the universe. But, you know, if you're looking at groups of people going, oh, you're all evil! oh, those people are evil. You're probably wrong, right? Or you're probably, to steal a phrase, on the wrong side of history, right? People are people. Look at people as people. That's a good thing. Fine. So that with that, let's get into this first story, which I covered a few days ago, but again, it blew up massively. Doctor Who, Rusty Davies blasts wounded dog UK government. Now, we have sites like The Independent, newspaper The Independent, Bleeding Cool, who are like, yes, try to speak the truth, Russell, yes. So they carry these things with glee. It was also in the Times, which this is what pushed me over into commenting on this again, because the Times is like real grown-up newspaper, right? That basically means that the people in Whitehall were somewhat miffed by Russell's words, I think, right? That's my guess. Look, Russell's the same bloke he's always been. I have to tell you, most of the time, you look at like the left wing of politics, and it's gone, whoa, crazy left, right? Like, I mean, most people, average people over like left or centre values have felt very left behind by, modern day left wing outlook, right? That most people are all up for live and let live. People should have the same benefits and rights if they're a same-sex couple as a mixed-sex couple, and most people are okay with that. What you do what adults do in privacy is nobody else's business, right? Abortion safe, legal, and rare. All these like normative things. That's like the left or centre people would think that's just been left behind now, right? That's just been left behind. If you're not on board for drag queen story hour with your 3-year-old, you're just a bad person, right? So they really left it behind. But Russell's always been there, right? Russell's always been whatever is whatever the LGBTQ Rainbow Alliance needs is under it. He is there as a staunch defender, and good for him. So we got to really think about where he comes from, and the way you see where he comes from with It's a Sin, and the brilliance of It's a Sin, which is his drama about the AIDS tragedy in the 80s, early 90s, is it's very, very real, right? It's very, very real. It's very, very relatable. And it has a real point, right? It was a sin. There's lots of things in that episode was a sin, right? The things he was pointing to was the terrible way that gay people who got AIDS, were treated with AIDS, right? A bunch of them were taken home to die alone in their children's bedroom, right? It just and being hidden from the neighbours at the same time. And he had walls full of people dying of shame before this horrible disease crippled them all. And listen, I'm a Bible thumper. I believe in God, right? I believe in God as infinite, which I think everything comes from God. Everything is an expression of God, right? I think having a cold is an expression of God. I also think AIDS is an expression of God. So what I think that probably is an expression of was God's display, and this is my worldview, okay? I'm not pushing it on anybody else, but this is the worldview which was corrupted and used to vilify and treat gay people terribly, which I think is the scars that Russell's reacting to from. And again, I am, as a Bible thumper, I think he has a point, right? So I think the theological problem God would have had isn't with so much the same-sex relations, even though that's very, very explicitly not cool in the Old Testament, right? Very explicitly. I think if you watch the first episode of that, you see that the lifestyle is in the early 80s, for gay people, which was having a lot of sex. They looked like a lot of very good sex, right? It looked like they're all having a lot of fun. And look, bottom line, this public use of sex is not something that is not what sex is for, right? This public lewdness is not what sex is for. Sex is to bond people together, right? To make units, to make family units, I believe, right? But much, equally bigger, or whatever you want to call it, sins, was again the way the gay people were treated, which was abysmal. I make no bones about that whatsoever. And really, if you were a person of faith back then, when I feel very ashamed. Well, I wasn't there, but I do feel ashamed that the response from the religious world wasn't compassion, wasn't kind of like, you're dying, you got this horrible disease, let me sit with you, right? Let me sit with you and make your time easier. right? Simple, basic compassion. So yeah, but I do think he's very, very much reacting to the terrible way that his a group that he considers himself a prominent part of was vilified, treated, and killed, left to die. Like Ronald Reagan in the States. They really kept the news of AIDS down so it would kill more people, right? And that's terrible. I agree with you, that's terrible. But I think that's the context which this comment is coming from, which again, really doing the news rounds. So when Doctor Who is when is the Doctor Who post not really a Doctor Who post? It was on Beating Call always. Nothing is a post about it. It's all about some kind of ideological politics. Well, it doesn't have when it doesn't have to do with Ncuti, Gardner, Jodie Whittaker, Christian, or David Tennant, Catherine Tate, Neil Patrick Harris, or Yasmin Finney. It doesn't have to do with 6th anniversary or Series 14, but it does have to do with the incoming returning showrunner Russell T Davies. But instead of discussing his upcoming plans, Davies was taking advantage of some award acceptance speech to time to make strong statements against the British government and its Channel 4 plans. I always thought Channel 4 was private. They got commercials on it. I had no idea it was government funded. I'm like, well, is it any good? Does it? I mean, listen, the BBC is government funded, and it's not serving the public, is it? It's serving the BBC. Referring to members of the Conservative Party as murderers, bastards, abusers, and liars. Probably true. But when you separate out this group from the other group, right? You're trying to say the Conservatives are bad, but Labour's good. No, you're not. See, that's really the problem. Why did the Conservative government win such a massive majority in the last government? Because Labour it was unelectable, and it still pretty much is. And there's so much room to make Labour electable. We got like these huge corporations making massive profits, and they're not being transferred down to the people working them. I saw a quick clip about the public transport strikes that are going on, or may still be going on, and they got a very good point. The profits have gone up 75% for the people running these companies. And at the same time, the cost of living's risen, but the wages haven't, right? Yeah, you can't hold all the benefits and not expect people to kick back. There's so much freaking room for a populist, Labour government. It really is, and they just got to get their heads out their asses, Russell. And this sort of thing isn't going to help them, right? You really need to just look in the mirror and say, Jeremy Corbyn was a racist. Jeremy Corbyn was a racist running on racist policies, and literally, right? And socialist policies which have failed the world over, right? You've got to be honest about that. And if you are, if there's somebody if anybody in politics just starts talking like a human being, they're going to win. Right? Don't speak in 3 second soundbite that have been pre-approved by many advertising agents. Speak like a freaking human being, which is kind of why I liked Jeremy Corbyn when I first saw him. But yeah. So Russell, mate, I understand you got a lot of wounds, right? And legitimately so. This is what my go-to thing that I try and do when I try and like break people out of this like bubble of their own that they live in. We all live in bubbles. Like really try to live in to not live in a bubble, right? I listen to news from other media, from the mainstream media, and information from them a lot. Just so I can understand the other world, the other worldview, and that's why I think it's somewhat crazy. But yeah, look, Russell, he's always been like this. It's like I don't see any real change. I'm not going to play the clip because we've got really so much to get to. Accepting the balls for It's a Sin at the South Bank award show, Davies didn't hold back regarding his thoughts about the British government, in particular his plan to privatise Davies's home award-winning drama Channel 4. And again, I have no idea about the issue, right? The Tory government may be the worst in the world, really just taking advantage of their their massive majority that they got, not through their own, not through being good, just by not being the other person. Really, it's incredible. I know the government's wounded at the moment, but it's like a wounded dog. A wounded dog bites everyone. Now, it's still it's still in danger. I think you're giving too much credit to Bojo's government on the Tories. They seem like an incompetent mass to me. They really do. It seems like the American left-wing government is an incompetent mass as well, but they do seem to be really genuinely evil, right? Like coincidence? You had this massive failure of a withdrawal from Afghanistan just under a year ago, right? Massive failure. They gave 70 billion in armaments to the Taliban, all through just bad planning. It like breathtakingly bad planning. Or was it, right? Or was it? Because the mineral rights then were sold to, the distribution of the mineral rights from Afghanistan were then sold to China, who then sold the minerals to America to use on their green policies, to build new windmills. So is this a way of transferring wealth out of America to China, to Afghanistan? And do you think the politicians who facilitated that didn't get a kickback? They probably did, right? So, Davis has this view of the Tories of being like, this uber together, ultimate evil. I just don't think that's the case, mate. I just don't think that's the case. I know the guy. It's a wounded dog. A wounded dog bites everyone. It's still in danger. Davis said the clip below. Viewing the after Boris Johnson seemingly put the plan on hold. Davis urged his peers to take their eyes off the prize, to not take their eyes off the prize, calling the plan wrong. But again, I can't argue with him on anything. I know none of the details. Davis spoke about. I think they missed out on either. They did. Davis spoke to those watching in attendance who are Tory voters. To push back on plan, saying, I know I'm speaking to the converted, but there's money in this room. That means there's Tory voters in here. I think there's a lot of champagne socialists, right? I think there's a lot of money in David Tennant's bank account. I don't think he votes Tory, right? I think that's where we are in the world. So please know they are voting for murderers, bastards, abusers, and liars. Again, dude, the way people were treated during AIDS was wrong, was bad. So then we have to come over to this. Now, I don't know if this is real, right? It might be, it might not be. This is from Twitter. There's this bloke, literally Lance J. He goes, Russell, I love Doctor Who, and you as showrunner. Why did you block me on my main account? Now, this is really very, very disheartening if it's if it's real, right? I get the feeling it's not, right? My guess is it's not, but I don't know. Then Russell seemingly replies, because you're a Republican cunt. I mean, yeah, listen, the truth is, Russell Davis probably doesn't like me either, right? I'm a Bible thumper, right? I understand why he wouldn't like me. That makes sense. It'll be nice if he could be a better human being, right? And get over that and have a conversation and see if his prejudices are correct, right? That will be lovely, but I don't think that's going to happen right now. I don't think we're in the ballpark for that happening. Because, the people with the Russell Davis political, ideological worldview are in a lot of trouble. The world's on fire. Everything's going wrong. Everything's breaking. Everything's wrong. And it's all their fault. And they know it, right? So, I love it when in America when they say, inflation's an international problem. Yes! Internationally caused by Joe bloody Biden, dithering moron. So anyway, this is the interesting story that it made it to the Nationals, which always is a reason to go back and comment on it. This is probably going to make it to the Nationals. I see it being in. Oh, I forgot one news story to get to. I'll just talk it out. Probably going to be in the Sun and the Mirror in the next few days. I'll probably comment on again. There's one story again. I forgot to pull it up. It was in the Sun. It'll say that one aspect of Ncuti Gatwa's new costume has been decided, and that he's going to wear wellies, right? Wellington boots. I don't think so. Look, Russell David did say that they are seeding false information out there. This feels like that, right? This does feel like that. But this is real information. Chris Eccleston reveals plans for Doctor Who's 60th anniversary. So there's going to be great clickbaity titles, almost certainly I'm going to do it in this video, right? It's going to be super clickbaity. But yes, just the way I roll, baby. But let's see what the story is. And it's still exciting, but not quite as exciting as it's intimated. Ninth Doctor actor Christopher Eccleston says he has recorded something with Big Finish Productions to celebrate the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. Well, it makes sense that they are celebrating the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. It is Big Finish. And they like to sell discs, so, you know, or downloads, whatever it is now. Former Doctor Who star Christopher Eccleston revealed his plans for the 6th anniversary of the long-running BBC series during an appearance at FedCon in June. And listen, mate, I really, I understand you like socialism and good for you, all power to you, but, like, you can't be Mr. Socialist while charging, like, beyond top dollar for your signature and having a photo taken with you. It just, I mean, you're going to charge that money. You should be in bloody costume, right? And you should be in a set. But whatever. Look, everybody deserves to earn a living, I guess. During this week, Eccleston, who has starred as the Ninth Doctor in an ongoing series of audio adventures for Big Finish Productions, confirmed he had recorded something special for the 60th anniversary. Eccleston recorded the project with veteran actor David Warner. Oh, also known as the voice of the Unbound Doctor from the Doctor Who Unbound series. That's going to be exciting. Okay, that would be really exciting. I'd love to see that. They're going to do a crossover between. I think there's going to be like a lot of different stories kind of converging, will be my guess, right? And I think it's going to certainly dovetail into whatever Rusty Davies is doing. I mean, Rusty Davies already told them they're not allowed to cast anybody new as an Unbound Doctor, which makes me think we're getting lots of Unbound Doctors, and I think this is how we're going to deal with that problem called Jodie, right? I think that's what's going to happen. Oh, there's video of it. Fine, I will watch that on my my next live stream. I'm not doing a live stream tonight, as I think, because I'm fasting until, I think the fast goes about 8:10 my time. That's 6:10 for you. And yeah, that means I'll have to stream at like 7, which is 9 for me. I'm too old, baby. I need to go to bed. I did something very special for the 6th anniversary, and for me, it was all about working with the incredible actor and incredible human being called David Warner. I mean, that's really the way to tempt Eccleston to do most things, right? Like, would you like to work with Derek Jacobi? He's like, oh, okay, up the worker. I actually am up the bloody work. Whatever. I think the 6 is my favorite, and you're gonna have to wait. But it's going to be worked away because David Warner is extraordinary. That's very true. And if any actor should have been the Doctor, it would have been David. So yeah, they're doing a Unbound Doctor crossover. In March, Eccleston, who retained the Ninth Doctor on television when the series was revived in 2005. I'm glad you're saying revived. Not many people manage that, right? Not many people manage to work that out. In address whether or not he would return to the screen for the BBC series, the actor confirmed that he would return to Doctor Who, but on one specific condition. The Ninth Doctor in particular is a one-man band. Well, it seems not to be anymore, so he doesn't work with the other Doctors. Like, you know, I can see him working with David Warner's Doctor, who's kind of like, he plays him as a hungover Hartnell, is how he describes it, and yes. So I can see both of them actually getting on quite well together. The interesting thing about David Warner's Doctor is, for most of his run, I mean, you got the excellent Doctor Who Unbound. If you haven't heard them, they're really good, right? They're really good. Essentially, it's the something happens with the Pertwee Doctor, and he ends up arriving in the 90s as opposed to the 70s. It's all about the Chinese takeover of Hong Kong. David Tennant's in it as a bad, Captain Brigham Wood, and I think Nicholas Briggs is in it. It's really good, and then they do a sequel to it, which is also good. But then they move in and they do. He basically becomes the companion to Bernie Summerfield, and I do say it that way around because these new adventures of Bernie Summerfield sets with David Warner's Unbound Doctor, they're very much Bernie Summerfield. They got their own feel, which is, I think, somewhat feminine, which is kind of what we didn't get with the Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who. So you get me on my own, he says. While Eccleston won't return to the screen, it has been confirmed that David and Catherine, blah, 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 blah. I mean, like, yeah, we know. Now you're just being paid by the word. Oh, look, Shooting Up was coming. Shooting Down, blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. Next story. I saw this a few days ago. I thought this is worth talking about. Oh, no, I saw this morning. It's insane. Okay. Why Doctor Who fans don't want Neil Patrick Harris joining the 60th anniversary? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. What are you talking about? Yes, we do. That's weird. Doctor Who has been around for quite some time and has garnered an impressive audience. As such, some fans feel protective of the series. While the show has received praise for most of its casting in recent, No, it didn't receive praise for Jodie Whittaker. People said it was stunning and brave, and then they saw what she did and went, oh dear. Or they didn't see what she did, and they still said, oh, she's the bestest ever, right? It seems like Colin Baker might have actually seen some of Jodie Whittaker's performance, because now he's like, well, maybe it shouldn't be too woke. That seems to be where he is now. As such, some fans feel protective of the series. A recent one may see the British show facing some serious backlash with How I Met Your Mother star Neil Patrick Harris, Doogie Howser, if you're going to name a sitcom. At the centre of it all, Doctor Who fans don't want Harris to join the 6th anniversary. What utter bullshit! Yes, we do! We're very excited about it, you dingaling! The hell. Doctor Who's 6th anniversary promises loads of fan surprises on May 8th, blah, 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 Shooting Gutwell, blah, 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 historic move, blah, blah, blah. Also revealed that Doogie Howser, MD star Harris, will be joining the fray. It's my honour to open our studios to the mighty Neil Patrick Harris. Really smart bit of casting, which is all I've seen from this new production, right? Yasmin Finney is smart casting. Brings in a lot of people, right? And I don't think she's too prominent in it. Especially not a bit. I understand she's a trans character. I don't think that's a massive part of the show, because I think that because Rusty Davis knows how to write, right? I think he knows how to write. But who's he playing? You'll just have to wait. The rumor is a Celestial Toymaker. But I promise you, the stuff we're shooting now is off the scale. Dude! We've seen it! Oh my god, it looks crazy. It looks off the scale. It looks cinematic, right? I'm really excited. Dr. Beware, the showrunner notes, wrote a mysterious statement accompanied Harris wearing makeup. Yes, Dr. Beware. Don't be frozen. There you go. It's still unclear whether which role Harris will be taking on Doctor Who's 6th anniversary. However, the actor will be playing a villain as Davis last time. Yeah, really? Is this like written for people who's received head injuries? Lucer's character being a menace to the Doctor. It's unknown if character will be alongside David Tennant's returning. No, he's going to be alongside him. We've seen them together. In this article. Look, in this article, you've got to pick them up. They just turned up for fun. Really? This is so weird. Will be alongside David Tennant's returning role. You've literally got a picture in this article confirming that. Okay, whatever. The Doctor will appear alongside David Tennant, or if he will appear alongside Gutwer. He may appear alongside Gutwer as well. I would like to hope so. Doctor Who marks the second time Harris and partnered It's a Sin film. Okay, what's this about Doctor Who fans not liking it? It's 2023. Fans don't want Neil Patrick Harris had a party platter of various meats made to look like Amy Whitehouse's corpse. So somebody in who gives a shit? What? Amy Whitehouse was a musician. So one person tweeted something, and the world ended. 3 months after passing, Harris and his husband, David Butker, hosted a party in the bed where there was nothing unusual about that. The dish, though, of the venue was tough to stomach. Harris served a meat platter comprising of beef with sausage and pulled pork. The inspiration: Whitehouse rotting corpse. Harris said, what? This is insane. So they're saying that this will come up. I'll click it. They're saying that over 10 years ago, he had a deli platter that looked like it's not even the tweet. This is insane, right? This is absolutely insane. It's not even linking to it. This is the most insane story ever. There's nothing to base it on whatsoever, right? There's nothing. I just clicked on your tweet, and it didn't give me any more information. Yeah. Oh, here we go. So Julius Caesar. So I thought this was going to be a picture of it. I don't know. This is really weird, isn't it? Yeah, no, Doctor Who fans are looking forward to Neil Patrick Harris, right? Doctor Who fans are indeed looking forward to Neil Patrick Harris. Yeah, leave me alone with Twitter, okay? Fine. Next story. Shall we go to the next story? A little bit more fun. New Doctor Who game announced. Gelfenstein has announced a new Doctor Who game will let players take control of the Doctor's greatest villains. Doctor Who Nemesis is a new ball game which allows in which players take control of one of 4 different iconic villains: the Master, Daleks, Cybermen, or Weeping Angels. Well, what? Master's a person, the rest are races, and Weeping Angels shouldn't be in there at all. They should be put in as a wild card, and we know way too much about the Weeping Bloody Angels now. The goal of the game is to conquer all the time and space before the other players competing win the condition of a scheme card in play. Not only will players have to contend with the Doctor and other Time Lords interfering, they'll also have to deal with the interference of other villains. Each villain has their own board and their own set of abilities. This actually sounds quite fun. And minions to control. But I just don't like the Master in there as well. It just doesn't really work with... I mean, Sontarans maybe? I don't know. It's a new tabletop game. Sounds a bit like Ravager's villainous franchise against. It's probably ripped off of something. Doctor Who has several tabletop games, either in print or coming out soon. Recently, Gelfenstein published Doctor Who Don't Blink game, in which the players take control of Weeping Angels, or one player tries to evade their grasp. Gelfenstein also released Doctor Who Time of the Daleks ball game. Okay, so they must be selling for them, right? That comes with multiple expansions that allow the players to play any one of the Doctor's incarnations. Crucible 7 also has announced plans for a new edition of Doctor Who role-playing game, along with a 5e compatible role-playing game called Doctor and the Daleks. Right. By the way, when is Doctor Who and the Daleks available on download? I want to buy it on download. I don't want to get the steelbook. I don't want to get the special edition. I want the download. I hope it comes with the documentaries as well. Providing 6 shooting guard. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's look at some pictures of this thing. I got it over here. Which I had to. It was surprised we had to go searching for it. So so what's this due out this in October? Listen, I like the Jodie Cybermen. I think they're a very, very strong Cybermen design. The Sash the One Master is probably counterproductive. The Jodie logo is probably counterproductive, right? It's probably doesn't help sales. So yeah, there's the back of the box. So it looks kind of fun, right? It does look like kind of a fun game. I think I could be up for this. right? Although again, I don't really like the idea of being the master and the weeping angels, right? But it's by people who don't really know Doctor Who clearly. Well, it was kind of fun. Okay, I wish them the best. Wish them the best. That's all I can say. Fine. Next story. Okay. So the second issue of Doctor Who Origins is out, which is the Doctor Ruth story. I reviewed the first issue, and it's such a pain in the ass to because I can't pirate it, right? Because I can't download it on a legal site because nobody pirates it because nobody gives a shit because nobody cares about this, right? Nobody cares about it whatsoever. I have to buy it. It's $4, and then I have to screen grab each page and make my own PDF to be able to review it. So it's a lot of work. I have to look at how many views my review of issue 1 got to make decide if it's worthwhile. On the basis of this story, it's not worthwhile. Doctor Who reveals another secret of Time Lord regeneration. Another one. Oh yeah, let's make it more boring. That'll be fun. Doctor Who Origins reveals another secret Time Lord. It doesn't matter. Okay, none of this is canon. Jodie's not canon. The spin-offs aren't canon. None of this is going to be remembered at all, ever. Sayonara, baby. And confirms the Doctor. I mean, the reason Rusty Davis is being so gushing towards, I've seen Jodie's episode. Oh, it's fantastic. Ay, boyo. I mean, the reason is because he's about to wipe it away forever, and he doesn't want the crazers on Twitter to start throwing themselves off buildings. In protest. Oh no, they'll throw other people off buildings. They'll never hurt themselves. Doctor reveals another secret time regeneration. Confirms how the Doctor is actually can actually change the species in the future. Oh, piss off! Leave me alone. Is this about the centenary special? Recently, Doctor revealed another secret time. Blah 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 blah. How Time Lords can change the species and how you just said that. Regeneration is the key to Doctor Who's longevity. We know, allow the BBC to original blah blah blah. It became rather more controversial in recent years, however, with the revelation of Doctor Who. Doctor is a timeless child, going to be gone. We're going to be erased from reality. I see they got a video playing about Miss Marvel below. They're trying to tell us it's the most successful thing ever on Disney Plus. Will you shut up? Nobody believes that, right? No one's swallowing that bullcrap. Where are we up to? Base genetic code for the entire Time Lord race. Once the future showrunner Rusty Davis took this a step further in one short Doctor Who animated story. Okay, it wasn't an animated story. It was during lockdown. There was a great sense of community. We all really came together. Emily Cook ran them. She was fantastic. We did watch-alongs together, right? It was one of the most positive things in Doctor Who fandom in recent years. It really was. And it was great, because we had so much division in fandom, so much incredible division in fandom, and we really came together, right? And I really got that feeling while watching Jonah's End, right? I was in tears. It was lovely. It was absolutely lovely. And then we did... what's it called again? Paul Cornell's story with which one was it? It must be one of the no. It was around the time of that. It was around the time. It was after we did Paul Cornell's story, which was Human Nature, Family of Blood, and he blew it up right by just going ahead and blocking. A bunch of people on Twitter because that he never interacted with. Because why? Because they were on the wrong side of history. Little fascist that he is. And it broke that togetherness. So this came out shortly thereafter. It was a small spoken word audio with one or two illustrations. It wasn't an animation, right? It was lovely. Don't get me wrong. But this was when we're getting a resurgence of the division that we all lived through under Chibnall. So he did this story revealing the Doctor can change species. One of the Doctor's allies, Novice Hayne, was visited by the 10th Doctor, David Tennant, towards the end of her life, and she revealed a great deal of time researching him. I've heard so many stories over the years. His hundreds of faces and forms. Yeah, again, this isn't canon, right? This really isn't canon. The men and women. I mean, it's an unreliable narrator. So many. It really is. It's a bit silly. Okay, Doctor Who Origins 2 by Jodie House and Roberta Ingram and Warren OK. Shadow War. And the first one was just so lazy, right? Just a lazy comic done quickly. Probably because they're not paid enough to do it, right? That's probably why. Sorry, I also forgotten. Fugitive Doctor, Dr. Joe, pulls to tell how she came to go on the run from the Division, the Black Ops. Again, the Division. How lazy, right? It's just so lazy. The Black Ops agency she used to work for. She's sent on a mission to the planet Kreb, with orders to wipe out the inhabitants because they are viewed as a threat to Gallifrey. At first, the Doctor doesn't recognize the apparently alien race until one of them is killed and simply regenerates. It seems that Kreb was a Gallifreyan colony. With each new regeneration, the Time Lords sent to that planet became more and more a reflection of our old home. Okay, again, it's a Kreb. It's a fascinating scene which suggests regeneration is actually evolutionary in nature, allowing Gallifreyan to regenerate into a form that best suits their environment. I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's kind of like how the chameleon circuit was supposed to work, isn't it? That makes the Timeless Child visions of Doctor Who in season 11-12 more intriguing because it suggests that Time Lords had not changed the evolutionary terms in a billion years. Presumably, forget it. Don't try and make sense of this idiocy and nonsense. Don't try and work. It doesn't make sense. Like, well, yeah, we know it doesn't make sense because written by Chris Chibnall, who doesn't know how to bloody write. No wonder the Doctor didn't fit in. This also explains why the Doctor is apparently destined to change forms as their adventure continues. The Timeless Child retcon means the Doctor need never die. God, I hate even I know it's so stupid, right? This is just stuff written out, pure stupidity, right? Pure stupidity. And finally, pure stupidity. Pure stupidity, I think, is what we came to expect from Doctor Who under Chris Chibnall, and because of the pure stupidity, it became much less successful, right? And much less interest, much less merchandise. And so, as part of that, I think we see Partwork producer Eagle Moss go out of business, right? And they did this really lovely range. Actually, I signed on at the beginning so I can get that beautiful Emperor of the Daleks miniature. It's over there. It's big. It's really big, and like the models are about that big, right? It's gorgeous, right? It was worth the entry there, but I stopped it. What I got? I got 2 Doctors I need to get. I need to get the 2nd and the 6th Doctor. Other than that, so maybe I'll see if I can pick them out. I got the 3rd, haven't I? I got the there he is, the 3rd. Although it's the same one. There's over here. So I might try and pick them up, but really it was great, right? It was really great. And this they did part books of making the Enterprise D. If it wasn't for the shipping, living in Israel, it was a real pain in the ass. Like I had them all shipped to my dad in the UK when they were coming out. And he passed away a few years ago, so really it's not so much of an option anymore. Nanotube's sources suggest that the company's large debts finally caught up with them, with some of the company web service unavailable. Naturally, fans of the various titles are dismayed, as are the freelancers who have worked for the company in recent years and are owed money. It's what it's like when a company goes out of business. The company, run by Eagles Limited, made operational loss in the year ended December 30th, 2020. Oh, the year of Timeless Child, right? And was it 10 million? 10,500,000. Oh, it made a loss of 10 million, really? Oh, 10 million pounds? And in 2019, it was 900,000 pounds. Man, okay, I'm sorry, it's not going to be around anymore because I love little stuff. Look at this little starship they got there. Unfortunately, it's lower deck, so leave me alone. But I do like the craftsmanship on it. The company most recently filed accounts of the government company, government company's house for the year under 2020. Not only note restructuring of the company, but also decreased turnover 36% and general profit of 72%. Look, a lot of your stuff was based on genre entertainment. Genre entertainment like Star Trek, Doctor Who, Star Wars, all these things, not very successful anymore, not very popular. And it's not companies like Disney or Paramount that fill the pinch. It's companies like Eagle Moss, right? Little companies like this. And who really fills it? The fans. People like us, they were doing a great service or something that we love, but no, we need to lecture you on the rights of man in every episode of every TV show you want. I understand. It means no one's going to want to watch it anymore, and we won't be able to have this stuff. But you know what? With their only option. It just is so stupid. The company auditors raised concerns about the company continuing as a going concern, and that they continue to impact COVID-19 pandemic. That wasn't to do with it. The company, I mean, the massive transfer of wealth may not have helped. The company's status as a going concern is dependent upon achieving projected future performance, including timing, revenue, and cash receipts, and the pivot of business as a digital model. So they're trying to move it to NFTs by the sound of it, right? With directors that are confident that the company will achieve its forecast. No, they won't. And continued impact of COVID-19 and the challenges around the moving to digital model means the level of annual revenue is difficult to predict accurately. Yeah, look, I don't want a digital model of starships, right? I want physical models. That's what it's all based around, right? I mean, maybe you want to go lead into the 3D printing market. I don't know. Eagle Moss published Partworks back in 1975 and then expanded their product range, considered the world's leading partwork publisher. I mean, look, the cost of paper and printing is also a nightmare, right? Thank you, Joe Biden. Down the years, companies have produced and marketed digitally more than 150 collections in more than 30 markets across 5 continents in 13 different languages. Across the globe, Eagle Moss team employed 110 people. That's really sad. In Paris, London, Paris, New York, Moscow, Palo Alto, and Warsaw. Its nearest rival is the Agonisti, whoever they are. So look, it looks like they've gone under. Sadly, that seems to be the case now. Eagle Moss is apparently no more. In recent months, it's been running a number of stock sales and various on e-commerce sites, including its own every week. If a company has borrowed too much money and gets to a stage where they can no longer make interest payments, I think they missed out the word make, principal payments or maintain payments of operating expenses due to the debt burden, this will be the final nail in the coffin. Yes. Naturally, we're very sad to see a large British publishing house with a significant portfolio aimed at genre fans go under. Yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. And we're sorry for the staff who have lost their jobs too, and the freelancers impacted by this, people who are not going to get paid. This impact will have on the news fans is significant unless a buyer is found. You're not going to find a buyer. Oh, maybe they will. Who knows? It's far too early to say whether rivals may cherry pick some of the current content titles, leaving customers with their partwork models half complete and collections unfinished. That's probably what's going to happen. Greg Connell, manager direction of InfoLink Gazette, commented, "Eagle Moss is one of the world's biggest names in licensed collectible market, and distributing more than 150 collections in more than 30 markets." He added, revenue has peaked at 68 million, but has fallen to 31 million in the recent account. Well, negative 10, they just said. The British. So what happens next? British courts will appoint an administrator to take over the administration of the company, assessing the debts and assets, aiming to secure as much possible for whoever Eagle Moss owes money to. Initially, administration will seek to find a buyer for the business or parts of it that prove successful. The company will go into liquidation. All assets will be sold off, including the company web domains and customer databases. That sucks. Before shutting down the original company, the process may take several months. It actually takes a bit longer than that. I mean, it could take years. But yeah, sad day, sad day. I just think more example of going woke and going broke. Really, I think it's the only real reasonable thing to conclusion to draw out from that. Like a genre company now can't pay its debts. Sounds like going broke. Did it go woke? No, the stuff it was promoting went woke. So there you go. There you go. Very sad, but tomorrow's another day. I'm hopeful that the sun will once again rise on us here in genre, right? Us genre fans. 2023 will be a stellar year. I'm just really hoping against hope. A lot of the things indicating it won't be that, but you know me, I'm an optimistic little soul. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.